Hi, in this video I'm going to discuss integration in vector fields. Generally, we use the vector integration to describe the flow of the fluid. Directly, let us move to the line integral. Let us define the line integral. Generally, the line integral is an integral where the function to be integrated and is evaluated along a curve C. To integrate contains function f of x comma y comma z, where f of x comma y comma z is a scalar field over a curve C. The curve C is defined by the vector function r of t, where r of t is defined by the equation that is equal to g of t into I cap plus h of t into j cap plus k of t into k cap, where t varies from a to b. Here, g of t, h of t, and k of t are the parametric equations. So these parametric equations make the curve very smooth because they are differentiable, and moreover they are not simultaneously zero any point of t from a to b. Now to evaluate the line integration from C curve C of the function f of x comma y comma z into ds, so that is equal to integration from a to b f of x is equal to g of t and y is equal to h of t and z is equal to k of t, where these functions are the parametric equation into modulus of v of t into dt. So where modulus of v of t is equal to speed of the particles, so where ds is equal to modulus of v of t into dt. Let us take an example of a line integral. Integrate f is equal to x minus 3y square plus z over the line segment C joining the origin to the point 1, 1, 1. Now let us define the parametric equation for line segment C. In general, we know that parametric equation for a straight line, so that is x is equal to x naught plus x1 into t, y is equal to y naught plus y1 into t, z is equal to z naught plus z1 into t, where t varies from 0 to 1. We know the points of the line segment C. So first one is the origin, that is x naught, y naught, z naught is equal to origin, and another point is x1, y1, z1 is equal to 1, 1, 1. Therefore, the parametric equation for the line segment C is equal to x is equal to x naught plus x1 into t, where x naught is 0 and x1 is 1. Therefore, x is equal to t. Y is equal to y naught plus y1 into t. Y is equal to y naught is 0 here, 0 plus y1 is 1, 1 into t. Therefore, y is equal to t. So similarly, z is t. So t varies from 0 to 1. When t is equal to 0, so that leads to the initial point, that is 0, 0, 0. When t is equal to 1, so that goes to the last initial terminal point of the line segment C. In between 0 and 1, so it defines all the points of the line segment C here. Now let us define the position vector r. R is equal to xi into x into I cap plus y into j cap plus z into k cap. So let us take the position vector in terms of t now. So that is r of t is equal to t into I cap plus t into j cap plus t into k cap, where x, y, z are the in terms of parametric equations, that is t. Okay, now let us define the dr by dt, that is v of t. V of t is nothing but velocity of the particle through the curve C here. So let us differentiate r of t. So dr by dt is equal to differentiation of t is 1 into I cap plus differentiation of t again, that is 1 into j cap plus 1 into k cap, that is dr by dt. Now let us find out modulus of dr by dt, nothing but modulus of v of t. So that can be written as modulus of I plus j plus k. So that can be written as square root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that is equal to square root of 3. See, it never be 0 because the equations of a smooth curve, and they are moreover parametric equations are differentiable. Moreover, they are not 0 simultaneously at any point of t between 0 to 1. Now let us integrate the function f over c. So that is equal to integration from 0 to 1 f of x is equal to t, y is equal to t, and z equal to t into modulus of v of t is equal to square root of 3 into dt. Now let us take x equal to t, y equal to t, and z equal to t in the function f of x comma y comma z here. So therefore integration from 0 to 1. So t minus 3t square plus t into square root of 3 into dt now. Square root of 3 take it outside. Integration from 0 to 1 2t minus 3t square into dt. Square root of 3 no t integration of t is nothing but 2 t square by 2 2 to get cancelled, and integration of t square is t cube by 3 and 3 get cancelled. Then let us apply the upper limit 1 and lower limit 0, we get 0. So integral, therefore integral over c f of x comma y comma z ds is equal to, that is 0 along the line curve c, where c is the line segment from the point origin to the point 111. Let us move to the concept of vector field. Generally, the domain of vector field is either plane or space. A vector field is a function is defined in the plane or in space, in which each point of the function has vectors. It means that vectors are attached to the each and every point of the function in the plane or in the space. So generally, a three-dimensional vector function can be defined as f of x comma y comma z is equal to m of x comma y comma z into I cap plus n of x comma y comma z into j cap plus p of x comma y comma z into k cap. The vector field f is continuous if the components m, n, p are continuous, and the vector field function is differentiable if the components m, n and p are the differentiable functions. Similarly, two-dimensional vector field can be written as f of x comma y is equal to m of x comma y into I cap plus n of x comma y into j cap. So let us take some example. A vector in a gravitational field point toward the center of mass that gives the source of vector field in the space. Let us take second example. So there is a radial field. Here you can observe each and every point of plane has a vector. It means vectors are attached to the each and every point of the plane. So therefore, so vector field f can be written as x into I cap plus y into j cap. So another example is the spin field of unit vectors. So here each vectors are of length is 1 in fact. So and moreover, so this vector spins in the plane. So this is another example of the vector field. Let us move to the concept of gradient field. Let f be a scalar function. The gradient field of a scalar function f is defined by gradient of f is equal to dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. Here gradient of f is a vector field where f is a scalar function, and del is equal to dou by dou x into I cap plus dou by dou y into j cap plus dou by dou z into k cap is a vector. For example, let us take surface f is equal to c. Here you can observe that vectors are attached to each and every point of the surface. We know the derivatives of f. Dou f by dou x and dou f by dou y and dou f by dou z are the derivatives of f, and moreover, so these represent the rate of change of surface along with the directions. So let us take one example here. Find the gradient field of the function f is equal to x into y into z here. The gradient of f can be written as dou f by dou x into I cap plus dou f by dou y into j cap plus dou f by dou z into k cap. Let us find out dou f by dou x from this function, given function f here. So dou f by dou x is equal to y into z, x differentiation 1. So dou f by dou y is equal to xz, y differentiation 1, and dou f by dou z is equal to xy, z differentiation 1 here. So gradient of f can be written as yz into I cap plus xz into j cap plus xy into k cap, where gradient of f is the vector field, so but f is a scalar function. Let us move to the definition of work over a smooth curve C. Let F be a vector field, R of t be a position vector of the smooth curve C from t is equal to A to B, and capital T be the tangent vector, it gives the direction to the curve C. The work over a smooth curve is defined by integration from t is equal to A to B f dot t into ds, which computes the moving of an object through some force like maybe electric force, maybe gravitational force, along with the tangent vector t. So where work done is denoted by W. Let us take an example. Find the work done by F is equal to y minus x square into I cap plus z minus y square into j cap plus x minus z square into k cap over the curve R of t is equal to t into I cap plus t square into j cap plus t cube into k. So where t varies from 0 to 1 from the point 0, 0 to the point 1, 1, 1. Let us evaluate the f in terms of t. So f is given, f is equal to y minus x square into I cap plus z minus y square into j cap plus x minus z square into k cap. Substitute y is equal to t square and x is equal to t here. So we'll get t square minus t square, that get cancelled into 0 into I cap. Let us come to the jth component. Jth component is z minus y square, where z is equal to t cube and y is equal to t square. So therefore we'll get t cube minus t to the power of 4 into j cap. Let us move to kth component. Kth component is x minus z square of the function f here. So where x is equal to t and z is equal to t cube, we'll get t minus t power 6 into k cap. So therefore we get f in terms of t now. Let us find out dr by t. Differentiating r of t with respect to t, we'll get t differentiation 1 into I cap, t square differentiation 2t into j cap, t cube differentiation 3t square into k cap. So let us find out f into dr by dt. So then integrate this function with respect to t from t is equal to 0 to 1. Let us find out f into dr by dt. So f is a function which is written in terms of t, that is 0 into I cap plus t cube minus t to the power of 4 into j cap plus t minus t power 6 into k cap. Dot product of dr by dt. Dr by dt is equal to I plus 2t into j cap plus 3t square into k cap. Let us take dot product of these two vector f and dr by dt. So let us multiply the component wise, means I dot I, j dot j, then k dot k components. So let us multiply the, anyway that ith component is 0, so ith component becomes 0 here. So then let us multiply the jth components now. T cube minus t to the power of 4 into 2t. Then let us multiply the kth component. T minus t power 6 multiply with what? 3t square. So we'll get 2 into t to the power of 4 minus 2 into t to the power of 5 plus 3 into t cube minus 3 into t to the power of 8. Therefore, work done can be written as integration from 0 to 1 f dot dr by dt into dt. But here f dot dr by dt is equal to 2 into t to the power of 4 minus 2 into t to the power of 5 plus 3 into t cube minus 3 into t to the power of 8. Then you have to integrate respect to t here. So let us integrate t to the power of 4. So that is t power 5 by 5. Then integrate t to the power of 5 with respect to t. That is t power 6 by 6. T cube integration t power 4 by 4. T power 8 integration t power 9 by 9. Let us apply the upper limit 1 and 0. We will get 29 by 60. So this is the work done by the force F along with the R of t. So let us move to the definition of flow, integral and circulation. If R of t is a smooth curve in the domain of a continuous velocity field f, the flow along the curve R of t from t is equal to a to b is given by flow is equal to integration from a to b f dot t into ds. So this is same as the work done by the force. If the curve is closed loop, the flow is called the circulation around the curve. So let us move to the example. A fluid velocity field is F, xi cap plus zj cap plus y into k cap. Find the flow along the helix r of t is equal to cos t into I cap plus sin t into j cap plus t into k cap. So t varies from 0 to pi by 2. Let us find out f on the curve r of t. Given f is equal to x into I plus y into j plus y into k cap, where x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t and z is equal to t here. So therefore f is in terms of t here, cos t into I cap plus t into j cap plus sin t into k cap. Let us find out dr by dt. Now differentiate r of t with respect to t, we'll get dr by dt. So that is cos t differentiation minus sin t, that is minus sin t into I cap, then sin t differentiation cos t, that is cos t into j cap, t differentiation 1, that is 1 into k cap. Let us find out f into dr by dot product of vector field f and dr by dt. So f into dr by dt is equal to cos t, ith component, multiply the ith component of f and dr by dt. Ith component of f is cos t and ith component of dr by dt is equal to minus sin t, that is cos t into minus sin t plus t into cos t. These are the jth component of f1 dr by dt plus sin t into 1. So therefore we get minus sin t into cos t plus t into cos t plus sin t. Now let us find out flow. What is flow? Flow is equal to integration from t is equal to 0 to pi by 2 f into dr by dt into dt. So that can be written as integration from 0 to pi by 2 f into dr by dt is equal to minus sin t into cos t plus t into cos t plus sin t with respect to t. Let us integrate this function. We'll get cos square t by 2 plus t sin t. Let us apply the upper limit pi by 2 and lower limit 0. So therefore we'll get pi by 2 minus half. Let us move to the next problem. Find the circulation of the field f is equal to x minus y into I cap plus x into j cap around the circle r of t is equal to cos t into I cap plus sin t into j cap, where t varies from 0 to 2 pi. Let us define the vector field f on the circle r of t. So f is equal to x minus y into I plus x into j cap. So that can be written as cos t minus sin t into I cap, where x is equal to cos t and y is equal to sin t. So that can be written as cos t minus sin t into I cap plus x into j cap. X is cos t from the r of t, that is cos t into j cap. Let us find out dr by dt from the r of t. So dr by dt is equal to differentiation of r of t with respect to t. So cos t differentiation minus sin t, so that is minus sin t into I cap plus sin t differentiation cos t, that is cos t into j cap. Let us find out dot product of two vectors f and dr by dt. So that can be written as minus sin t into cos t. So that is ith component of vector f and dr by dt. So then jth component of the f vector f and dr by dt is equal to sin square t plus cos square t. So that can be written as 1. So therefore circulation is equal to integration from 0 to 2 pi f into dr by dt into dt. So that is equal to integration of 0 to 2 pi 1 minus sin t into cos t dt. So integration of 1 with respect to t. So sin t cos t can be written as sin 2t by 2, sin 2t integration minus cos 2t by 4. So then you apply the limits, upper limit 2 pi and 0, so we get 2 pi. So let us wind up the video.